Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Tonight we are talking about how body image affects and impact your mental health. Yes, if that is something you are interested in, go ahead and stick around. Hey guys, so thanks for staying tuned. So, one of the big things that I see often is that unrealistic expectations from females or just people in general of what they see on the internet and just that negative self-talk that they have about themselves, that image that they see all over the TV, whether that's on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, whichever, wherever it is, or just commercials or shows that we may watch. There is a certain body type that is push it to the forefront, and that is that you have to be on the leaner side, you have to have a flat stomach, you have to have a certain look to yourself, which means your makeup must be done, you have to look extremely polished, and that is what is presented as a positive body image. And a lot of times we fall into that trap where we start to look at ourselves and we start to make comparison to what we see on the internet, and that can undoubtedly have a negative impact on our mental health, meaning that can cause feelings of hopelessness, feelings of lack of self-worth, depressed feelings, low self-esteem, low self-confidence. And so tonight I want to take this time just to provide you with some encouraging tips that you can start to implement into your life to minimize your exposure to negative body image or negative self-talk of how you view yourself. So guys, if that is something that you are struggling with, so one of the things I want you to start paying attention to is, at what time do you feel yourself more likely to examine your body image, make comparison to others, or just at what point do you start feeling negatively about yourself? How long this has been going on, and how has this been impacting yourself, impacting the views of yourself. And I want you to carefully take this assessment, because whether you are on the heavier side and you're viewing yourself negatively, or you are on the slender side and you want to gain weight, we are seeing ourselves in a different light because of what we are being presented with. So I will use myself as the example throughout this video, and I will use myself to make the tips that I plan on giving to you guys. So one of the big problems I saw with myself firsthand is, after I started having kids, my body changed and I was unwilling to accept what my body was like now. I've continuously made comparison of my body prior to pregnancy. And so what I would do is I would hold on dearly to those things that I was wearing prior to the weight gain after pregnancy. And I was trying to keep those things as motivation for me to lose the weight. And so that presented me with not only stressors, but I also put that added pressure on myself to either not eat enough or to work out excessively, because I wanted to get back to that old body. And so that is my first tip. I will say, stop comparing yourself to others, even if that other is your old body. Stop comparing yourself to your old body where you were more leaner and more sexier in your eyes, or stop comparing yourself to other people on the internet. It's unrealistic. You set unrealistic expectations for yourself, and in turn you create added stress onto yourself. One of the things I had to retrain my mind was, okay, Trevene, you are still sexy at the weight you're at. You are still Trevene, just a little bit more heavier, but it complements who you are in this moment, in this phase of your life. And so what I did was I would go back to the pictures of pre-pregnancy where I was 145, 150, and immediately I would start realizing that, oh my God, I don't want to get back to that weight. I was so small. Like in those pictures, I look extremely small, even though I was extremely fit during those times. But I had to retrain my mind to start loving myself now and work out to appease myself now while making new goals for the body I want to accomplish for the phase of life I'm in. So that would be my first tip, guys, is to stop comparing and start retraining your mind to start making realistic goals for the body you have now. Number two, I want to say is identify feelings of body image and begin recognizing where they are coming from. So start recognizing those feelings, those negative feelings you are having towards your self-image, your body. Recognize where those feelings are coming from. Are those unresolved traumas that are deep down that are starting to make you feel bad about yourself? Is it the people that are around you that are negatively influencing those, that are saying things that are making you have those negative thoughts? But you want to start identifying where those thoughts are coming from. But you want to start identifying where those feelings are coming from, because if you are unable to identify what those triggers are, you are not going to be able to address it. So that is tip number two. Number three, and I think this is an important one. Stop, or let me not say stop. Minimize how often you are weighing yourself. Guys, I am not a person who weighs myself every day. I pick a time of week that I will weigh myself, but sometimes when I'm feeling overzealous about myself, I will find that I weigh myself every morning. So minimize how often you are weighing, especially if you are weighing yourself immediately after you eat. Your body mass is going to be greater if you weigh yourself immediately after eating, because you have consumed calories, your body has not processed that calorie yet, and so you are going to see a heavier number or a higher number on the scale. One of the tips that I have learned throughout my journey, my fitness journey, is to weigh yourself in the mornings when you first wake up after you've used the bathroom, because your body during rest has processed the food, processed the energy, all the waste, the excess water may have gone out of your body, and so this may be your resting weight number. So you want to weigh yourself immediately in the morning as opposed to eat in the nighttime prior to bed or after eating. So that's a big one, guys. Number four is going to be wear clothes that are comfortable. And yes, I said it, because a lot of times we tend to hold on to those smaller clothing because we want to fit back in them. We are trying to use them as motivation to fit back into that size. And what happens is that we are walking around with tight clothing with our stomach rolled up, or boobies stuck up to our neck, or your shirt pressing against your chest. You don't want that, guys. That presents a unkept appearance, and so you want to buy clothes that are fitting to your body size. I will pack up those bad boys and I will give them away. Now I have kept one or two jeans pants to use as a tracker on my weight journey, but I had to be conscious about storing clothes that don't fit anymore. So I'm not walking around here with clothes baggy or clothes too tight. I'm not doing it, guys. I hate that. So that would be my tip number four. Number five is going to be to practice self-compassion. Start understanding yourself, guys, and limit yourself to harsh judgment, limit yourself to criticism. You have to start practicing mindfulness, because what you feed yourself is what is going to come out. What you put inside of you is what is going to come out. So if you are feeding yourself negativity, you're feeding yourself harsh criticism, that is how you are going to see yourself in the mirror. You are going to see yourself as this unkept, negative, unworthy person, unworthy of feeling sexy, unworthy of being loved, unworthy of being in the company of other people, because that is what you feed into yourself. Similarly, if you are trying to lose weight and you are feeding yourself McDonald's every day, you're feeding yourself fast food every day, you are not going to see the result that you want. So you have to start feeding yourself what it is you want to get out. So one of the things is to practice mindfulness. And I know a lot of people may say this, but mindfulness, being mindful of what you say about yourself, how you feel about yourself, how you see yourself, is key to the self-confidence and the self-esteem that's going to be exuded on the outward side. So start practicing some mindfulness and feed yourself some of that positivity. Even if you have rolls, look in your mirror and say, girl, you hot, you sexy, come here, Rose, I love you. But you have to start feeding that positivity into your life. Developing a positive body image, guys, will take time. Undoubtedly, if you are a person, I gained 100 pounds. This is TMI, but I did gain 100 pounds with my second baby, guys. So you have to start recognizing the phase of life that you are in, what you've gone through. I have lost 70 off that 100, and that extra 30 is driving me crazy. And so I have to remind myself at times, like, hey, Trevene, you do have babies. You do. You are older. You don't have the time to go to the gym every day and to work out and run an hour like you were prior to kids. So I have to be conscious and mindful of those things and feed something else into my life, like a goal such as I want to try to work out at least 3 times per week. And on the days that I don't work out, I want to watch what I'm eating. That's the goal that I want to put into my life now, so that I can become more mindful, because I may not be able to work out every day, but I can be mindful of what I'm eating, and I can be mindful of how often I can exercise. So be patient with yourself, be positive with yourself. A lot of times, guys, low self-esteem or body image causes such low self-esteem and such low self-confidence that it prevents us from engaging in activities, from being around people, and prevents us from feeling worthy of where we are in life, and we criticize ourselves, and that prevents us from growing. So I want you guys to take these tips into consideration, and I hope you can begin reassessing your life, reassessing your thought process about your image, reassess the negativity that you feed into yourself, the harsh judgment, the criticism, and begin to live your life for you. Begin to restructure your mind around your body image, around the way you see yourself, and begin seeing yourself for who you are, a beautiful, confident person worthy of feeling sexy and love. And yes, guys, I hope these tips are helpful. I hope these tips are helpful, guys. And as always, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Help me grow this channel. Click the notification bell so that you are notified each time that I upload. And as always, I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.